We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie K from the MTA. How's Stephanie over there?
Well, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking,
That's
Jay.
good. That's
But
good.
I must say, this daylight savings time, it's a lot darker, a lot sooner, and me no likey.
Yeah, have you noticed that it's hard to get adjusted to daylight savings
It
time?
is.
I have no idea why. You just body gets up in the middle of the night and,
Well, like tonight, they said the sun's going to set at 5:22. I'll just be getting home from work. I'm going to go for a walk. It's going to be dark.
Yep, when I walk the dog, when I get home from work, it's always dark. She still likes to go, so I'm
sure, they don't care.
Yeah.
I saw this thing on Facebook. It's like a little headband that has a flashlight on it. So, it lights up the whole front of you.
Yep, that's cool.
About 5 of them.
We got a couple of those, yes.
Did you? Good for you.
Yep.
Well, it's getting darker outside, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to people that want to help in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have two people with us today, two guests, and I'm just honored to be able to introduce them both. We have in studio with us Travis Sheffield. Hello, Travis. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. I met him at one of the chambers. It was the Swartz Creek Chamber, and Carolyn, who is the president, said, "You've got to have him on your podcast." And I said, "Okay, why?" We do things for the community, try to make better things for the community. And you do have two businesses. You're a financial advisor and a insurance man.
So yeah, that's just one and the same company, same umbrella. I got the life insurance license first, just kind of as a little side thing, probably during the pandemic, and then it just as times changed and needs changed, I just evolved into something that I could stay at home and do with my kids and grow into full time and something I can pass away with. So perfect. Saw the need with that.
Speaking of your kids, you said your daughter thinks you're a rock star because you're on the podcast with us.
Oh my goodness!
Gotta say hi to her. What's her name?
Her name's Emma Putnam.
And how old is Emma?
Emma's going to be 8 here in probably about 6 weeks.
Now
Hello,
she's going to
Emma.
be the rock star when she hears her name.
She's going to be the rock star.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
great. How many kids do you have?
So I have 2. So I have Wyatt is my 5-year-old. He's going to be 6. They're both December birthdays.
Little. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very they're growing into their personalities. So Emma's mimics me, loud, crazy, obnoxious, and then my son is so sweet. So he takes after his mom's side, and it's great to just watch him be very mellow. So
that's funny. Well, I know children are your heart, and that's what brought us together. It brought us together here today is because I said we do things with the community, and you said you were collecting pop bottles to help the Whaley Children's Center because you know how much need they have.
Absolutely.
How long have you been doing that?
So I started probably about 2 or 3 weeks now. I know there's a lot of charities and a lot of businesses raising funds, so I just thought of a creative way. What I've noticed are companies or organizations will raise just straight up money, which is great, or they'll ask people to volunteer their time. So I wanted to develop a creative way to also get in the pot, so to speak, and do something nice for these kids.
Sure.
So in one of the networking groups with Carolyn on that's outside the chamber is we all pick one charity. So had a few conversations with people that have nonprofit or charities, and then to circle back, why I picked Whaley's Children's Center is, I'm an overgrown child myself.
Oh, we all are.
And then I have such a heart for children.
That's
so always,
nice.
and I wanted to, instead of giving them like a pink slip or, hey, sorry we couldn't do much for you, I'm like, okay, well, I can take some time away from work and go on business to business with some flyers that I've made up and start collecting, pop cans. So actually this week, GM Air Lab, that's right by the Flint Bishop, gave me, it had to be like 13 or 14 big bags.
Nice.
So it was very nice, very exciting. Now we got some momentum, and again, it's.
So do you take them in as you get them to cash them in for the cash for them, or do you just give them to take in?
So I do it all myself. So right now it'll probably be this weekend. I'll take all those cans back, and then I have a safe at home.
Nice.
I'll just keep the cash there, and I'd like to do one deposit at the end of the year, or when the time is up.
So what's your time frame? Like when do you want to get turned into them?
December 15th is going to be my cutoff date. If we're rolling and everything's great, you know what? What am I going to say no to extra donations? So
that's why I asked you to please bring on somebody from Whaley that knows exactly where that money's going to go for. And I'm so glad that you said we have Neandra on the phone with us right now. Neandra, I'm sorry, what is your last name?
Neandra, it's Burrell.
And you are the development director or coordinator?
I'm the development coordinator at Whaley Children's Center.
Okay, well, that's a big title I know because I know my niece works over there, Kendall Smith, and I know many people that used to work there. And I know that you do such a great job for the kids in this community. I don't know where else they would go without you. And so this is such an important organization. And I'm so glad that Travis brought you to the table here to tell us more about your organization and tell us a little bit about where his money and his efforts for those pop bottles might go for Whaley.
Absolutely. So actually within this year, Whaley Children's Center kind of went from a general residential program and we've transitioned into what we would call a mental health and behavior stabilization program. And a lot of our efforts this year has been directed toward training up our staff and bringing on more clinical staff, bringing on more medical staff to help support our kids that are coming in from situations that would be a little bit more risky, a little bit more neglect, a little bit more abuse, and they're coming to us with a lot more behaviors and a need for a lot more mental health support. So money that comes from Travis's efforts would go to supporting that.
So how can somebody else help you if they wanted to help donate? Are you taking items like clothing and toys at Christmas or just financial donations? How can we help you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, financial donations are always, but if people want to do something a little bit more directed, we do take more in-kind donations, so item donations, like things that kind of help keep our facility going, so laundry and cleaning supplies, bedding, body wash, things that, you would need on a daily basis. And also the opportunity to volunteer time as the holidays approach. We're having more opportunities for gift wrapping for our Christmas time, maybe helping with our general cleaning or kind of bringing in that Christmas spirit for the holidays. All those things are an opportunity.
Well, I know Mike and I used to do the morning show with CQ105.5, and Mike and I were out doing a remote at Hank Graff, and they were giving away, I think, like a $2,500 VG's gift card, and my mom would always come out to see me, and she came out, and I think my brother's with her, and she made him put his name in the drawing. Goes, oh, Mom, I don't want to do that. And she said, nope, you're going to do it. So she put his name in the drawing, and lo and behold, he won. But what he did is he gave it to Kendall, who works at Whaley, because they needed so many things that Hank Graff was awesome. He's like, okay, what can we do for you? She said, we need shampoo and cream rinse and supplies for the kids and food as well. So he put together like a great big pile of those things. So when she got there, because she only had like 5 minutes to do all of her shopping, she had to like come in and go out. It was like a real timed thing. So he made it so that she could just fill her cart with the shampoo and the cream rinse and the toilet paper and what they needed. So that was so kind of him to do that. And that made a big difference. They were able to fill those shelves there at Whaley. So, I mean, everybody
Absolutely.
likes to help. Yes, it's wonderful. So walk me through this, Neandra. If there was a teen or a young child, why would they come to Whaley, and what would happen with them once they got there?
So it's varying situations, but most of our kids are coming, or all of our kids are coming from situations of abuse or severe neglect. And for one reason or another, they're unable to be cared for by their family or any fictive kin. And sometimes our kids come through 7 placements before they even get to us. And, they come to us just needing a place to transition to perhaps their next placement, perhaps to a forever home, or in a lot of situations into an independent living situation.
How long can they stay there? I mean, how long are they able to have the bedding in the home and the environment that you give them? How long can they stay?
Well, it's through the state of Michigan. All of it is determined by the courts, and we really have no control how long our kids are with us. And when I first started, we would see kids for years, with us, and they could be actively looking for a foster, looking for an adoptive home, and they may not make that list. Our general length of placements are about 1 to 2 years. So,
well, I know they're looking for jobs afterwards too, and I went there to speak to the kids because I said, even MTA, we hire drivers, we hire kids sometimes in the summertime to do the yard work. That's $15 an hour, and they go out there and do the gardening or painting the curbs. Mm-hmm. So there are jobs for them, and that's what you try to do is give them that stability, right? To have that independence, to be able to go get their own job and then get their own home. So how many kids are you able to take in right now, and how many do you have?
Right now, we have the ability to have up to 48 children at Whaley.
Wow. And how many do you have?
Right now, we have about 32.
Okay. And how do they find you? I mean, there might be a child listening right now to think, I have no food at home. I have no guidance. I need help. Can they just come to you for help, or does it have to be through a court? How does that work?
Unfortunately not. All of our placements, all of our kids come to us through a court order or through the state of Michigan. There are children that have been removed from their homes and are needing temporary placement.
Well, I certainly hope there's a way they can work it out to where the parents can get them back. You know, the parents can actually be helped themselves.
Absolutely. That is the ultimate goal, is to reunite families, and in most cases when it's not possible, being able to help the kids transition into a point where they're able to, live independently. That's really important.
Absolutely.
We have a full list of needs readily available on our website, or you can call us and speak to me or anyone on our development team directly to learn about what our current needs are.
Great. So if somebody does want to help out, volunteer, donate, what number can they call to help you?
It would be 810-234-3603.
And Travis, if somebody wants to help and give you some bottles or help you collect them, well, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can call or text me at any time. Texting is probably easier. Area code is going to be, for me, it's a little bit different. So it's 248-760-0063. And then based on where you are in the area, we can schedule a time where I'll swing by personally and pick that stuff up from you. So you don't have to leave your house.
That's nice. That's a lot of time and effort on your part.
Yeah, I figured, you guys heard the story, Neandra just sharing everything, the heart of the matter. You hear stuff like that, why wouldn't you want to help? And there's, again, I know it probably sounds like a broken record and circling back to it, but I don't want these kids to be left out as all these other charities and everything else that's going on. I think it's something special to take care of the little ones. So
what a good role model you are for your little ones. They can even help you with that. They can put the bottles in the back.
Absolutely. My daughter and I were talking about it today. She wanted to know what the podcast was. She probably thought it was from her favorite YouTuber, Mr. Beast. And, I'm like, no, honey, Daddy's not that cool, but it's still important. So
you should have brought her on with you. You should have next time.
Yeah,
maybe you can come back and tell us what you did, the goal. Because what is your goal?
My goal, I really would like to get $1,000. And that's on the low side. Yeah. So like I said, it was a slow start, but now we got some traction. I've gone into actual businesses, and I'm going into bars and other places that might have these places. Yesterday I was door to door almost in Flushing. So the name's getting out there, and I just know that sometimes when you do any project, there's seed time. You're planting the seeds, and you just got to wait for the harvest time.
Well, now that people know what you're doing, they know how to get a hold of you, and maybe they'll say, "Hey, come! I've got." All of us have a big bag of bottles in our garage someplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right, absolutely. And with Thanksgiving and Christmas coming on, and the family parties, I thought that'd be a good way to capitalize on some of those ways, rather than just straight up asking for a check, which we'll take too if you guys.
Well, sure.
Absolutely. Anything helps these kids.
I bet you the grocery store just loves you when they see you rolling a bunch of carts full of cans and bottles.
I was tipped off by Tony from Newsboys. He's just like, if you go to the Meijer on Hill Road,
there you go.
They're very understanding.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
So I'm pretty excited. So.
Well, when I take mine back, usually Meijer on Hill Road, because you can go outside. There's like several different bins you can put your bottles in. And your daughters can help you with that. Your kids can put the bottles in there for you.
Put on some gloves. Nobody's getting sticky. The yellow jackets have gone away for the season, so we're in a good position.
And they have that little sink right there too with the soap and water, so you can rinse up.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm proud of you, Travis. Thank you for bringing that to the table.
Nice. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. So
and thank you, Neandra, for your time and explaining what Whaley does and for all you do there.
Thank you so much, Stephanie and Jay, for this time, and thank you so much to Travis. I just want to soapbox a little bit. What he does, what he is doing, is very important. Community is so important. We greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for being on, and thank you for listening. Do tune in every week, because we do this every single week.
Yep.
It's called On the Road with the MTA. Stephanie K. and Jay.
That's me.
We kept our names off of it, but it's On the Road with the MTA.
That's right.
And if you want to be a guest, how can I do that?
Just drop us an email at podcast@mtaflint.org. You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.